Hello, users! What is popping? I am here. I have been sneezing, and so give me a second. I had to start the stream. I had to start the show, and then I started sneezing. So just give me a second. Oh, mama. Holy Macintosh. Okay, just give me one more second. All I take is one more. Oh, jeez, Louise. Mother of earth and fire and all that crap. Anyway, so, welcome everybody. This is Above It All. This is October 1st, 2020. We're in a new month. Some would even say the last month of human history. And we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But, yeah, so today I've got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. A lot of fun culture war cringe. And I'm going to start off the show with that, actually. I'm going to start off the show with this. And, I know that this is going to make people mad. I know that there's like a particular contingent of people, many people that watch this program that may get upset by this. Okay, so trigger warning, brace for impact. But, and then also, hold up. Hold the phone, everybody. Hold the phone. Is this thing working? Okay. Alright? Okay, so, for whatever reason, OBS just decided to crash. I'm so sorry. Okay. It just like froze for me. But okay, so there is a specific contingent of people, many people, tremendous people, who for whatever reason, and everyone has their reason for everything that they do, but for whatever reason, they really loved Tulsi Gabbard. They were like, you know what? That bitch got a rockin' body. She's doing these workout videos. Oh, shit, she's also running for president. She's polling at 1%. All right, let's hitch myself to that wagon. She's only polling at 1%. She's doing awesome, hot, and sexy workout videos. If I stan her on my podcast over and over and over again, Jimmy Dore, Nico House, maybe she'll notice me. I know she's already married, but maybe she'll notice me. Maybe I'll get my pee-pee hard. And now that has come to bite them in the butt because PragerU is utilizing her likeness for this new video. And again, maybe I'm going to click on her Twitter page and I'm going to see like something went wrong. That's what I'm going to see. Okay, so apparently her Twitter page is not working for me, but if she has issued some sort of acknowledgement or apology for this or resentment of this, then by all means, this video is null and void. But until that happens, and again, it might have already happened, but for whatever reason, like you're looking at this, Twitter's not working. So I don't know. I don't know how that's going to impact the rest of my program, but we'll see. Okay, all right. So this whole thing that Tulsi Gabbard is doing is about ballot harvesting. Now, first of all, ballot harvesting is something that, do I think it's kind of problematic? Sure. And that's really where this stuff goes. Is it really is deep in that kind of ethos where you have that one grain of truth. I don't know how this works. And it sounds kind of fishy. Therefore, and then PragerU, the right-wingers, Donald Trump, they take that like skepticism, that small grain of skepticism that you've got, they take it and they run with it. And they try to, it's the Damon Rats. It's not the Republican. There's a case in 2018 of ballot harvesters on the Republican side throwing away a lot of ballots, right? So, but they don't mention that. They'll just mention, well, there's these races that may have been stolen, but we have no evidence, but it's really fishy, y'all. And then they try to get you into that conspiratorial far right-wing mindset. And they're utilizing Tulsi Gabbard's likeness for this, because recently, a couple days ago, I mentioned how she was really throwing herself out there. Like, throughout the entire presidential campaign, she got no press, right? Because she'd never said anything interesting. Like, the only time she ever got press was when she sued Hillary Clinton, and then a couple months later just dropped the charges because it was not politically expedient for her because the primary was over. And then she, like, made fun of Kamala Harris on the debate stage. And that's it. That's it. So like, she did nothing. She got no press. No one cared about her except for the people that followed her to jerk off to her workout videos. And I'm among them, but at least I didn't vote for this dumb bitch, right? So it's like, she's kind of taking like a third positionist kind of a thing, right? And she's like, I'm a Democrat, but I'm going to signal boost QAnon conspiracies every once in a while to be interesting. I voted present on the impeachment thing. That was a little weird, right? A little strange. She's like trying to triangulate to be this like weird cross the aisle bipartisan thing, and it's just really bizarre. And as a result, her likeness is being used on PragerU. In this video here that I'm doing isn't so much about the PragerU video. Like, I could sit here and debunk the whole thing.
Election.
Right? I could. Let me see if Tulsi Gabbard debunks the whole thing. Let me see. Our Twitter page is not working for me. I'm sorry, but that kind of ruins my bit here. But I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that she hasn't, tweeted about this and said I condemn PragerU for stealing my likeness, because to my understanding, let me change that. So my understanding is that this is a video that she made, and PragerU pulled the video, added their graphics, and then had someone else do like a cartoon. So that's to my understanding. She didn't directly, to my understanding, I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, but to my understanding, she didn't directly like shoot a video for PragerU. So she's not that far gone. And I want to be explicit about that, but she is treading on that kind of front. She's going down that path. Again, signal boosting QAnon conspiracy theories about Netflix movies, right? She's doing the weird impeachment vote, right? That was super strange. She's appeared on very problematic people's podcasts, right? That's very weird, right? She's done all this really bizarre stuff. And again, if you're trying to get press, Tulsi Gabbard, why didn't you get press throughout the primary? You did nothing. You were never in the news. You'd barely campaigned in the Democratic primary. So it's a little strange. It's weird. And so my theory here that I'm postulating is that Tulsi Gabbard is a plant. She is there to distract left-wingers and to fracture them. Because you're going to see a lot of people who maybe they've jerked off 15 times to Tulsi Gabbard workout videos, and now they feel a little bit weird about it. So instead of like, I'm maybe going to go on Reddit to find porn or OnlyFans, right? Instead of doing that, they double down. And like, you see a lot of these weird Twitter accounts, and again, you have these weird podcasters like Jimmy Dore that just are obsessed with her. And it's really strange. And I really do feel like it's extremely problematic because people think, oh, she's left-wing. She's anti-war. She's not anti-war. She's not anti-war. She's against specific wars, but she's not anti-war, okay? So that was her main position is, oh, I'm against the wars. I'm against the war. But she wasn't. Like, all of her policy votes, all of her record is pro-war. She just wants to do war more strategically. She's like, okay, yeah, these wars are very obviously bungled. They're garbage. They make no sense. Let's rearrange how we play this field. That is Tulsi Gabbard's playing field. That's what she's doing. But again, people just say anti-war, nice booty, must vote, like, because they're just dumb. And even though the primary is over, for whatever reason, we're still in this like weird area of human history where we have people that like still have like Stan accounts, and they'll spend all day every day talking about a primary politician that got like 2% of the vote in one state and then dropped out and endorsed Joe fucking Biden, right? So it's like, it's just really weird. And I just wanted to spend this little moment to kind of just shit all over Tulsi and say, guess what? You are such a dullard, and you presented your information in such a bad way that PragerU is now utilizing your likeness. And again, it's totally possible. I'm going to check one more time, but I'm so sorry, Twitter's not functioning for me. It's totally possible that, okay, hold up. It's totally possible that she's, no. Okay, never mind. My initial skepticism was met with a resounding, of course she did not mention this. And again, like, Tulsi Gabbard is just really, really, really cringe. And like, maybe like if you post enough transphobic jokes like Michael Tracy, she'll notice you. But at the same time, come on, man. There's more important and more relevant politicians to stand, right? Like that's just the world we live in. So I just wanted to make this anti-Tulsi public service announcement at the top of my show because I think it's important that people who follow me can see through this kind of basic, like weird triangulation kind of stuff. Like this is really basic stuff. And I get it, she's hot, right? Like I'm totally on board with that, right? But like at the same time you have to have that kind of separation of like horny posting and like actual policy focused analysis. Like you have to be able to separate that. And for whatever reason there's a contingent of people that can't do that. And so I'm just trying to be here. I'm trying to make sure everyone understands this person is no good. That's my message. Hello, chat room. Lilith Matthew, they like Tulsi because she's hot. No, I agree. She is hot. She's very hot. Ronnie, brainwashed, ... I feel sorry for you. I hope you can come back from this. That's a great comment. I love that. G-Wolf, damn, buffering right off the bat. Yeah, my OBS crashed as soon as the show started. So, like, I'm super sorry about that. I had to do a quick reset. I hope that doesn't happen again. But, yeah. Mr. Freak, pop those bookshelves in your ores chest, by the way. Thank you very much for the bookshelves. Itor, maybe reload the Twitter page. I tried. I really tried, but it worked at the end. Twitter isn't working for me either. Hello, S31 Cow. Good morning. This Tulsi shit is gross. People have been saying she's going the grift route. Hard to argue. Yeah, at this point, like, again, when she's like fucking sending fucking messages to people that are like podcasters that like no one cares about, right? And like doing transphobic jokes and like telling people about how like Netflix movies are supporting child trafficking. I mean, like there's just a lot going on there that you have to unpack. She's a wacky character with zany bipartisan views. That's absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. That is exactly what Tulsi Gabbard is. Tulsi is a shill to oligarchs. Dude, I'm loving this chat room, dude. Holy shit, this is some good stuff. Tulsi, this is from Witch Shunt. Tulsi is a total Modi toady. I like that. She refuses to condemn Hindutva. That's Hindu bigoted nationalism. And that's a showstopper. And she can go to hell. Agreed? Agreed. Her connections to Modi is like, it's a lot more than just like, oh, this is someone that like she's praised on like a debate stage or something. She has like I think Modi was like sending best wishes to her wedding a couple years ago. Like it is a relatively deeper connection compared to like what you'd think from the get-go. Hello Schnibs, aya. Good comment. Zach says LMAO. G-Wolf says she's attractive until she starts talking. I can agree with that. And I have a lot of experience with being attractive until I start talking. So, as someone who meets that criteria, I can without a doubt say that Tulsi Gabbard is among us. Mr. Autumn Winners, g'day. Hello, Mr. Autumn Winners. Zach says AOC is way hotter. That is absolutely accurate. But at the same time, AOC doesn't do workout videos. So, like, if AOC started doing, like, deadlifts with the camera positioned, like, from the bottom, like, angled up, and, like, from her rear, right? Then maybe that same contingent would go to AOC. But as of this moment, only Tulsi Gabbard is filling that market. So, you can straight up horny post about AOC and support her without being a scrub. I agree. I try to do that every day. Hello, James777 says, hello, user. All right. Hopefully today's show is good. I would like to start off this intermission by saying that after this episode of Above It All, there will be another episode at 11:30 of God Damn It. So today, right now it's about 10:15, and so around when this show ends, God Damn It episode 12 will be live on the channel. It's been a couple months since Chukamadicum Industries and I had a conversation. So we did one last night. I was a little drunken at the start of it, so it was like, like by the time we got closer to the end, I was a little bit more normal. Because if you didn't watch my drunk live streams from yesterday, that's kind of like I just ended the stream and then we started recording. So that will be up in approximately an hour and 15 minutes from now, whenever this show is over. If I finish the show early, I'll maybe bump it back to 11:15, but I'm not sure if that's happening. And also, it's still technically uploading, so like I hope, right? It's still technically uploading. So, like, I hope it's fully uploaded by the time I stated. If not, it might be a little later. But that's the idea. And we have also scheduled another goddammit, but a live goddammit for Friday, which is tomorrow, I think. Is tomorrow Friday? We'll see how that works. And yeah. So I like it really depends on the schedule, because I also have like Into the Abyss tomorrow. So like it really depends on how late he can be up or how early. Like we haven't really discussed the timing, but we'll get with that. That's neither here nor there. But what is here and what is there is this. So I saw this a couple days ago, and I forgot to mention it. And so there was this thing called CancelCon, and I have this open in a YouTube chat. It's got Ben Shapiro, whoever the fuck that is, I don't know, Dennis Prager, and Dave Rubin. And they're in some like weird car dealership. This is and CancelCon was not like one of the things. Also, apparently Ted Cruz is on here. Just scrolling through. One of the things that this is like, and this is also like, I'm just going to give a shout out to the People's Party convention that happened a couple weeks ago. It is not a convention, and I'm being nice here, right? I'm going across the aisle. I'm attacking the People's Party, and I'm attacking CancelCon, right? It is not a convention when you do a 2-hour podcast with like 3 people in your bedroom or in a weird car dealership, right? That's not a convention. I'm sorry. I know we're living in a COVID era. I get it, right? I understand. But we have a word for this. It's called podcast. This is a podcast, right? The People's Party convention was a podcast. That's what it is. So when people say it's a convention, it just sounds like, whoa, we're convening. We're having a summit to discuss ideas. And it's cringe. And this is like, and again, because I saw this and I'm like, this can't be real. And so I found it. And yes, this is in the video. You can see it here. But I'm going to play this Twitter version just because it's like, it cuts off at the right time. But this was how they started their podcast. Was with like a 10-minute waiting screen, and then this. So let's watch.
Victimizers beware. The racist and bigot's greatest nightmare. Social justice warriors.
I really can't.
Response team. If you've been offended, your feelings must be defended. The freedom of expression is a microaggression. Here comes Antifa Freddy. He's always ready to fight fascism with fascism.
Starbucks windows don't stand a chance.
We all know that fascism is when you take a baseball bat and smash a window. That is fascism in display. We are watching fascism take over this country. When someone throws a brick at a wall, that is fascism in action. It's totally not when the police, like kill protesters or like kick the shit out of journalists. That's not fascism. That's backing the blue lives matter. But when some dude takes a baseball bat to a window, all of a sudden it's fascism, because I know what words mean. Also, I paused here. What the hell is the ethnic enhancer? Hold the phone. Hold the fucking phone, buddy. I paused at like the most inopportune time. Okay, the ethnic enhancer. Let's go.
Ethnic enhancer. He's a systematic racism finder. Using the powers of screaming and shame. They win every debate by calling your names. They're heroes who think that they're victims. Social justice warriors.
No, I just want to say, I want to watch this show. Is this a show that I can watch? But anyway, who made this, right? And then also, again, you have this, and then you've got, like, old people. Like, look at this, like, old buffoon. And, like, I'm just, like, skipping to a random part of the CancelCon. Like, so let's go right here. Governor Scott Walker, what does he have to say to Dave Rubin on the CancelCon No Safe Spaces podcast, whatever this is?
Can't have any opposition. You can't have any pushback. You can't have any alternative ideas. And you don't debate them on the facts. Under that scenario, you completely shut them out of the marketplace of ideas entirely. And that's exactly...
I'm so sorry, but I literally, like, and this isn't a bit, like, I literally just skipped to a random part of this video, And I get a sitting politician talking about the marketplace of ideas, or former governor, talking about the marketplace of ideas. I need to turn this off. My brain is rotting. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Again, please, real quick though, when you are going to do a podcast, please don't be a loser and call it a convention. I know, you get it. You want to sound cool, right? And this also goes for the Democratic convention and the Republican convention. Those were barely... the Republican one was a little bit more of a convention, but the Democrat one was kind of more of like a podcast, but just like a daily podcast. So, again, it's just really cringe. You are not, like, I don't know. I don't want to be... I'm not dying on this hill, but it's just kind of cringe. That's all. Thank you. Hello, Boom. Lol, I loved it. So cringe. God bless. Freak Glitcha, luckily, despite this cartoon being made in 2015... It's made in 2015? No, that's not real. And, like, there's... Oh, my God. I want to go as Antifa Freddy this Halloween. Holy shit. Cancel culture meme is just jump the shark. It's weird. It's super weird. It's like, it's really weird because you don't see Dave Rubin having me on his show. Like, you don't see Dennis Prager having me on his show. Like, you don't see Adam Carolla, whoever the hell that is, having me on their show. I'm not talking to the former governor of Wisconsin. So it's like, what? Who's really canceled here? Right? That's strange. That's weird. But yeah. So, Circle A. It was the most cringe. Let me drink some coffee. The most cringe imaginable. How's everyone enjoying the program today? Let me get some positive feedback here. I am an attention whore, and I'm not getting enough attention. I'm going to be honest right now. Like, I've got a decent amount of attention, but I'm not getting enough attention. So I'm just, like, throwing that out there. And on the subject of people that need attention and that maybe have attention issues is the word. Here's Joe Biden getting distracted by a train.
And here comes the train that he tried to make sure didn't continue to run. No, that's the commuter. All right. No, that's what. But folks, look. And here.
I'm so sorry. I know. I shouldn't be laughing. I know. But when you really think about this, that this is the person who is going to, quote-unquote, save us from Donald Trump. I'm just going to play this.
Here comes the train that he's...
Like, the thing is, like, he's expecting the train. He's building a bit around the train, right? He's doing, like, a little riff on the train, and still, somehow, can't finish it. Like, it's just...
And here comes the train that he tried to make sure didn't continue to run. No, that's the commuter. All right. No, that's what.
I'm sorry. When he does those noises, like it's just like he's trying, like his vocal cords are activating, and then there's nothing there.
No, that's what. But folks, look. And here comes the train that he tried to make sure didn't continue to run. No, that's the commuter. All right. No, that's what. But folks, look. And here comes the train that he tried.
I love, but folks, look. It's like, yeah, we've been looking, Joe. We have been looking. Holy shit, this is the guy who's going to save us from Donald Trump? Wow, okay. All right, I'll take it. All right, let's go. Let's see how this works. I'm excited. Holy fuck. Just completely incomprehensible babbling about a train. Yeah, it's so good. Winning the debate against Biden by taking a cow and putting it in the debate room. That would be really fun. Joe Biden is moderately senile. He is not like his old self, at least on videos. Absolutely. Oh, Joe, Joe. Joe, Joe, Joe. Joe, Joe, Joe. Okay, so let's have some fun. So there was a focus group done by a Republican strategist, and the consensus seems to be in this focus group of independent, undecided voters, which somehow, yes, they're still there. Like, they didn't get all 50 states in this focus group because there's not actually undecided voters in all 50 states. Most people with a brain decided like months or years ago. And so I got a Twitter thread here. I'm just going to read it out. In Frank Lund's focus group, Ruthie from PA, upper right corner, said she was undecided coming into tonight, but now likes Biden because Trump was behaving like a crackhead and made the debate impossible to watch. I love it. I love it. Luke from Wisconsin, red shirt, says Trump is obnoxious and unpresidential, but that behavior doesn't affect his bottom line, doesn't impact his day-to-day life, like the violence he's seen in Kenosha. Interesting. That's super interesting. Again, these are like, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but if you haven't decided who you're voting for, I'm sorry, you're a dullard. I'm just throwing that out there. But even dullards can see that Donald Trump is a crackhead. Jeremy from Arizona says he's still undecided because he doesn't like Trump, but Democrats haven't given him a good reason to vote for Biden. That's actually a relatively good state. Frank Luntz, and this is another tweet. Frank Luntz just went around asking everyone to use one word to describe Trump tonight. Every single word was negative, and Ruthie just went with crackhead again. I love it. Meanwhile, when Frank asks everyone to associate a word or phrase with Biden, the vast majority are positive in nature, and several people say Biden was much sharper than they expected him to be. Somehow I disagree with that, but okay. Exceeded expectations, etc. Bob Woodward slides in, asks the group which candidate would put together a better cabinet. Almost everyone says Biden, but several say they'd feel a lot better if Biden named some key figures ahead of time. One guy says he's afraid Biden will name AOC to his... First of all, the political lack of education in this country. Again, they scraped the bottom of the barrel. There was some dumpster sludge. They found some undecided voters. And you have an undecided voter who's afraid that Joe Biden will put AOC in the cabinet. AOC is like a freshman, like, congresswoman. And she's going to get promoted to being a fucking cabinet secretary? Like, what? Like, there's just... And for what reason? Like, she endorsed Bernie. There's no political, like, capital there to exchange. There's no, like, payoff. For what? Like, it's bizarre. She's barely campaigning for Biden. But again, someone is scared that AOC is going to be in the cabinet. That, I think, is hilarious. Travis from Arizona lays waste to Trump for not denouncing white supremacists / right-wing militias. Easiest thing he could have done. And apparently Trump today is trying to walk back his statements, but again, the damage is already done. So that doesn't matter. Nick from Arizona agrees it was Trump's worst moments. Why? Why? He kept asking himself when Trump didn't seize the moment. Stand back and stand by. Like, it was so stupid. Luntz tells his panelists how bad things were in the debate hall, how people looked shocked and disgusted by the proceedings. He says he's worried for the country and asks for closing thoughts. Mike from Iowa, we all want to be better than this. Please start acting like it. Yeah, so that's how undecided... Again, I'm very skeptical of the intelligence of the undecided voter in October of 2020 or September of 2020. Very skeptical of that person's intelligence and credentials. But even they know, and even they can realize, that Donald Trump is behaving like a fucking crackhead. And again, it's just hilarious. This is fucking funny. This is really good. Alright? And again, my favorite part of the debate was when Biden was giving an impassioned plea to Donald Trump. It's like, my son was in the military. Please stop calling the military losers and suckers. It's so rude to my son. And then Trump is like, you mean Hunter? You mean Hunter? And then Biden is like, no, my son, Beau Biden, he died and blah, blah, blah. And then Trump was just like, yeah, whatever. Whatever. I don't know Beau. I know Hunter. And he got it discharged for crack. He's a crackhead. And so, like, I just thought, like, that was so funny. And the idea for for a focus group to call Trump the crackhead after seeing that. I think that that's hilarious. And I didn't know this until like yesterday. I didn't see this until yesterday. But again, it's really fucking funny. I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter. Yeah, I know you're talking about your dead son and you're crying on the debate stage, but let's talk about your living son, the one who's a crackhead. He's got drug problems. He took money from Moscow. What's up with that? It was... Jesus. Donald Trump is like... the more and more I think about the debate, like, I was going into this knowing that Trump was going to be an animal. I guess there were people like fucking like this focus group who didn't know that Trump was going to be a lunatic on the debate stage, right? He was a lunatic 4 years ago. Why wouldn't he be a lunatic? That's why if you watched my streams from that period of time, right? I got drunk, right? I got fucking high. I was eating junk food and I was having a good time because I went into that knowing it was going to be a clusterfuck. And again, the idea that anyone went into that debate thinking, how bad could it possibly be? I don't know. I think I'm a little skeptical of their intelligence, but hey, maybe they just don't pay attention. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't get on the undecided voters that much. I mean, it was the undecided voters that don't pay attention that gave us Donald Trump last time around, but hey, that's whatever. That's neither here nor there. But at least they realize that Trump is a crackhead, and I love it. I love it. I don't know, Bo. I know Hunter. He got discharged for crack. So good. Oh, God. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's so funny. Driving while listening. Yo, Soy Daniel. Watch out! Stop sign. Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I'm so... Please don't... I'm so sorry. Biden was definitely sharper than average last night. Absolutely. Like, he still failed and fumbled, but he didn't do too bad. I hadn't thought of it, but talking about how Biden was ultra senile to laugh at him may have sold him as somehow more senile than how he actually was in the debate. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, the level of senility, whatever, I don't know. It's definitely up for debate, for sure. I don't think Trump is like a crackhead. Trump can't come up with anything to improve his position, so he acts like a clown. No, in a bad sense, but in the actual sense of a professional clown. I agree. I agree. That's why he was a TV person. Right? Like that. If you're fucking doing reality TV for a living, chances are you're able to play a crowd. And somehow, like, he was able to pull himself up by his bootstraps and become president. But hey, you got a small loan of $1 million, so that made things a little easier. That part of the debate had me dying, dude. Again, it's so fucking funny. Like, Joe Biden is literally up there, triggered and crying about his dead child. And Trump is like, I don't know about your dead child. Never heard of him before. But your one who's alive? Yeah, he's a piece of shit. He got kicked out of the military for crack. It's just like... the idea that, like, he was able to do that and had no remorse whatsoever, could not read the room in any capacity, and just did that. Wow. Wow. I know you're up here crying about your dead son in the military, but what about your living son who got kicked out of the military for cocaine? He's a drug addict. He's a drug addict, Joe. Your son is a drug addict. You raised an addict, Joe. Literally, and I know I'm ad-libbing here, but like, he literally said, I don't know, Bo, I know Hunter. And it was just that is a moment that if I were to have sat here for 24 hours, right, like maybe doing some cocaine myself or something, and tried to make a funnier line that would have happened in the presidential debate, I could not have come up with a better moment than, I don't know, Bo, I know Hunter. He got discharged for crack. That's just, it's so good. And I'm sorry if I keep harping on this, but it is so fucking good. I seen Portland arrested a Proud Boy cringer last night. I actually am going to talk about that in a little bit here. Circle A, have to remember that he has always had a stutter. For sure. I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with having a stutter, but there is something wrong when you really can't put out a coherent sentence. And like, you're a neoliberal politician whose entire campaign is based on giving people platitudes and saying a bunch of measly like words that don't mean anything. And so when you can't do that, and like you're not backing it up with like, oh yeah, but Medicare for all, here's the deal. Like, it's weird, right? Like, it gives people nothing. It just makes them a little awkward. Makes them feel a little cringed at. It's funny that he's being accused about not having respect for the military, and he answers by not having respect for the I know. I don't know, Bo. I don't care about him. He's dead? Awesome. What about your one who's alive? He's a crackhead too. Oh, so good. But, speaking of crackheads, and I say that literally, there was this video that Vic Berger put out a couple weeks ago, and I saw Marianne Williamson, which, if you want to, and this goes, real quick PSA to the Tulsi people. If you want to stan a woman from the 2020 Democratic primary, Marianne Williamson, right? She has only become a better person in the last year. Every other person that ran in the primaries became a much worse person, right? But Marianne Williamson, she used to have a lot of really cringy beliefs, right? And then now she's like, Medicare for all, man, that's epic. And she's like going out there, she's like signal boosting Antifa and stuff like this. That's pretty cool, right? So shout outs to Marianne Williamson. But Vic Berger posted this video of Joe Rogan's thoughts on Gavin McInnes, and it's a compilation. Now, for those of you that don't know Gavin McInnes, I'm so sorry, Gavin. I'm so sorry. He is the founder and, quote, former leader of the Proud Boys. So he kind of started up this whole organization in like 2015, 2016-ish. They didn't really start flourishing until 2017. And he's been on Joe Rogan's podcast several times. Joe Rogan is very familiar with Gavin McInnes as being the leader of a hate group. And so this is Vic Berger's little video from a couple weeks ago about Joe Rogan's thoughts on Gavin McInnes and who Gavin McInnes really is.
The reason why I brought up Gavin is that I think that I have had a couple podcasts with him, and people have had like weird conversations with me about it. And I've said, this is one of the things that I've said. I was like, look, that guy.
Again, I just want to point out that, like, why did Joe Rogan went from like a folksy Western kind of like fun little studio, now he looks like he's in a tanning salon. Like, it's really weird. Like, turn the lights off, you look like you're shining, dude. Like, I don't like seeing Joe Rogan and his previous set. It's like, okay, he's Joe Rogan, but now his pores are exposed. Like, the light is reaching into his fucking like molecular system, right? It's gross. Like, seriously.
That's mostly fun.
Yeah.
Mostly fun.
Mostly fun?
I started this gang called the Proud Boys. And
The Proud Boys?
The Proud Boys.
What's Proud Boys about?
We will kill you. That's the Proud Boys in a nutshell. We will kill you. We look nice. We seem soft. We have boys in our name. But like Bill the Butcher and the Bowery Boys, we will assassinate you. Now, part of the reason I agree to do the talk is because I'm allowed to bring all my guys. And we can fight our way in and fight our way out. Beating the shit out of these people. I think it's our job to do it. And the cops to turn a blind eye. If you're wearing a MAGA hat, as Sal is right now. Sal's in the studio, folks.
Oh my God, it's Sal Cipolla. Where are you from?
On here.
Wow, you came a long way.
You're wearing a MAGA hat, and some guy with a slightly punk...
It's so cringe. And I just want to point out one thing that this little trailer that Vic Berger made, which is good, by the way. This is really good. But one thing that I want to throw out there is that part of the Proud Boy manifesto is that you're not allowed to masturbate. And in order to level up in the organization, to go from like a rank and file like loser, right, to like a leader or organizer, you need to get involved in political violence. It's like an initiation campaign. I don't think that's in this little video here, but that's also something. Is that he says if you want to rank up, you got to beat the shit out of someone, and it's okay because the cops just don't care. Now again, one of the Proud Boys was arrested a couple days ago, and I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But again, this is who the Proud Boys are. Donald Trump is telling these folks to stand back and stand by. And I made a video about that the other day about how they reacted. They were excited. They were very enthused that the president shouted them out and told them to stand by. So this is the kind of, like, this is the organization that the President of the United States is signal boosting and endorsing. And it doesn't matter if he walks back his comments, because the comments were made part of the Trump supporter base knows that Trump is in the limelight, and he has to walk things back sometimes. Like when he tweeted out that white power video and then he had to delete it 5 hours later, right? They know. All they care about is getting the message. Like Bernie Sanders, right? Oh, he gave up. He bent the knee, right? Trump, whenever he bends the knee, he's not really bending the knee. He's going 5D chess, right? So this is their like weird fan fiction about the president. But again, these are who the Proud Boys are, and this is a really good video.
Demeanor comes up to you and says, "Hey, are you Sal or are you pro-Trump?" Choke him. Trust your instincts.
The music
Don't
is, I'm
listen
sorry,
to what he
it's
has
too
to say. Choke
comedically
him.
timed for me.
If I do a video
still,
where I say, "How about we start throwing bricks?" Is that legal? You can't call for violence on a specific person, but can you say they're throwing bricks? We should throw bricks.
Now, I just want to say real quick as well, I have seen Gavin McInnes in person, okay? I went to an event with him at one point last year. And the Proud Boys were there, and I have interacted with the Proud Boys at several different protests, right? And these guys are lunatics. When I was at the hashtag Demand Free Speech event in Washington last year, Gavin McInnes went up on the stage and literally said, he was like, "Oh, the mainstream media, the fake news keep saying I've got an organization of people to kill people that I want to kill, to hurt people I want to kill. I wish I had a gang. I wish I had a gang that would kill people on demand." That was his whole thing. It was saying like, yeah, I know I've got this gang following me. I wish I had that gang. I wish they would beat the shit out of people and kill them. That sounds awesome. And it was like just really bizarre. And then around that point, I got the fuck out of there because like I saw all the Proud Boys in the crowd. And this is one thing that, again, a lot of people don't have this analysis because they don't go to protests and stuff, and that's fine. But I have this in person. I've seen Gavin McInnes on a stage, right? Talk about how he wishes he could have people be murdered by a gang that he operates. And I remember, and you can look at my footage because I got a little bit of it, right? I remember looking at the Proud Boys' faces and they were grinning and they were just like staring up at their dear leader. And it was just like, it was horrifying, right? Like, there are people out there that's like, yeah, I get you, Gavin. We're not for you, but we're for you. And it's just, it's weird, it's scary, and it's horrifying. So again, this, like, as funny as the music is, like, this is not really a joke. These are real people, and someone was arrested, finally, right? But this is still a huge problem.
Throwing bricks? We should throw bricks. Can you call for violence generally? Because I am.
Fighting solves everything. We need more violence from the Trump people, Trump supporters. Choke a motherfucker, choke a bitch, choke a tranny. Get your fingers around the windpipe.
I want violence. I want punching in the face. I'm disappointed in Trump supporters for not punching enough.
Get a fucking gun.
Get ready to blow someone's fucking head off. I've even killed people in my dreams. That's how awesome my gun is.
Get in trouble, get arrested, get fired. Let's all get in this together. They can't kill us all.
Yeah, but I got green tips, man. Those will go through at least 3 bodies.
Oh, beautiful. Plop. I love the way he falls on his ass.
They said, "You want to go?" I said, "Yeah, I want to fucking go," and I punched him in the face. And then Coulter emailed me later, and she goes, "Conservatives never punched anyone in the face. Finally, things are turning around."
And then Mousberg goes, "You're not advocating violence, are you?" And I go, "I absolutely am. It's a wonderful, effective thing."
This is a fucking war.
I started this gang called the Proud Boys.
The guy's mostly fun.
Yeah.
Again, the little Joe Rogan tidbits on the front and in the back are just like, the guy's mostly fun, right? Like, yeah, sure, he's the leader of a gang, or at least the former leader, because he had to step down for PR reasons. You know, he kind of instills violence in people and, like, activates them to want to murder Antifas or whatever, right? Like, mostly fun, though. Mostly fun. And this is why I don't like Joe Rogan, because, again, you can tell, like, he's in the tanning salon. This is, like, this is September 18th, right? This is like just a couple weeks ago. He's still signal boosting white supremacist fucking like people like fucking Gavin McInnes, who literally are like they fucking are organizing with neo-Nazis and shit, dude. Like, but again, Joe Rogan is like, oh yeah, he's great, he's a good guy, he's mostly fun. It's like, what? I mean, Gavin McInnes would need to be one, if he's mostly fun, right, which would be like what, like a super majority of fun, like 67% fun, right, then maybe that's like selectively out of context cringe that Vic Berger gave us. Maybe this guy's hosting parties, right? Maybe it's all satire. I don't know, but I haven't seen that. So like, if that is the case, if that is something that I should see, right? If the guy really is mostly fun, someone let me know. Because the way I see it, these people are fucking lunatics. Mostly fun though. Mostly fun lunatics. Yeah, sure, they might want to kill you, but they're mostly fun, right? They might wear a clown suit when they choke you to death, right? Yeah, mostly fun though. Vic Berger is a treasure, absolutely. I agree. Maybe Joe Rogan has a professional TV crew to assist him. TV has a strong, very strong lights, so the emotions can be captured well. And indeed, he has a TV... Yeah, I don't care because it looks awful, so... G-Wolf, sad thing is I don't think Trump did it on purpose. He accidentally did what they wanted. Yeah, G-Wolf, I think the stand back and stand by thing, I think that was like him not knowing what to say and just kind of running with it. But then the problem is like he doubled down later and said he wants these people to go like watch polling places and stuff like that. So it wasn't just like misspeak. It was like misspeak and then he doubled down on it because it's like, oh, I went one way. I got to keep going. I got to make sure they get the message. I think so. Mega Magikarp. I think so. Actually. Yeah. I forgot. Yeah, he talks about this in this thread. I'm one of the people who have had weird conversations with him about Gavin. Explained who the Proud Boys were. Told him Gavin sent a thug to my home to try to scare and silence me. Yet this is the message he keeps pushing. It's not just about Gavin, though. GM is just one of many toxic people who Rogan introduces his massive audience to and whose image he softens, whether he intentional or not. Right? Like, again, I don't know. It's crazy. This guy's nuts. Totally nuts. Absolutely nuts. Nutso, buddy. Nutso. Yeah, Joe Rogan is a dullard, dude. And I know, I get, like, whenever I talk about Joe Rogan, like, being a dullard, I get a bunch of people that's like, Joe Rogan's not a dullard. He's a smart guy. It's like, okay. If he's such a smart guy, then... I mean, why haven't I seen any of his profound statements of intellectual acuity? I've only seen him say stupid things. And maybe it's just, like, again, out of context, selective edits or something. Maybe I'm just only getting what I want to see or whatever, right? That's totally possible. Right? But no, I disagree. I'm just going to drink some more coffee. By the way, how are we feeling about the 10 a.m. live broadcast time? Like, is that good for y'all? Are y'all liking the 10 a.m. broadcast? Like, obviously, I want to get this out as soon as possible so that I can do the clip edits and get those out as soon as possible. So I really want to do this early. I might even, like, if I ever get my sleep schedule back in order, which it hasn't been for the last few days, I might even try to push it back to, like, 9. I'm not sure. Very bad look for Joe Rogan. Not sure he will easily slip this noose. After the Antifa fire inanity, I'm assuming insanity. Thanks, Cyber D. Looks like this is you're the first with the news again. I mean I'm reposting a video from like 2 weeks ago, but thank you, what WT serves. Thank you, I appreciate that. Boom. Say stupid things for Max Effect is smart, like stupid slogans for junk food. I agree with that actually. For me, the time is great, but I'm Euro. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing an American podcast for Europeans. That's going to be my new thing. I like it. It's nice to watch while I work. Okay. I'm having to watch it at work on my phone, but it is what it is. Yeah, 200 people are dying. It is what it is. It is what it is.
You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You're dying. That's true. And it is what it is.
It is what it is. Oh my god. What a fucking shit show. Oh, what a fucking shit show. Isn't it weird to be alive at this current moment in time? Let me get a lot of my things in order. My pillows are out of place. Okay, so, I've got a scoop here. I've got a scoop here. This is a scoop. I got a scoop. Okay, so the Proud Boys, whom I've been talking about a little bit recently, because the President of the United States signal boosted them, telling them to stand by and stand back or whatever the fuck. They lost the soldier. This morning, this is a tweet by Mike Baker. This morning, authorities in Portland arrested Proud Boys member Alan Swinney. He faces a dozen charges, including assault, unlawful use of weapon, and menacing. An update, and then I love this juxtaposition here. Andy knows, I reached out to the head of the organization for comment. He says Swinney is not a member. Do you have evidence to the contrary? And then Mike Baker responds, subtweeting, an update to this tweet. For the record, while Swinney has a Proud Boy tattoo on his arm, has said I'm a Proud Boy, and was a promoter of the Proud Boys event this past weekend, the group says he's not a member. Right, and you can see again, I reached out. They say he's not a member. Yet he's literally imagine how much of a cringe lord you have to be to tattoo Proud Boy on your fucking arm. That is cringe, dude. That's really cringe. And if you want to know more about who this fella is, I got a thread from Anti-Fash Gordon. I've been tracking Proud Boy Alan Swinney for almost 2 years now. What's amazing is not that he got arrested, but that he's got almost a decade of violent incidents, including domestic violence, on his record. And today is the first time he was arrested. His domestic violence charges go back to 2012 and involve strangling, a serious risk for homicide, as any intimate partner violence researcher will tell you. The cops could have picked him up at any point in the last 2 years, but did not. And you can look at a few more of these threads if you want. I will link these in the description to the video I will post. But again, this is the kind of thing that we're dealing with, is the cops are always, always, always on the side of Proud Boys, Patriot Prayer, Patriot Front, all of these loser organizations, the Boogaloo Boys, they're always on the same side, right? No matter how hard people like the Boogaloo Boys want to LARP and say, we're against cops too, man, doesn't matter, right? At the end of the day, actions speak louder than words. There's a lot of instances of police scanners calling people like Proud Boys friendlies. Oh, we have some friendlies in this area. Dealing with Antifas is something that police scanners will often pick up, right? And then also you see Proud Boys that are in law enforcement and that work within law enforcement to organize things. You see people like the Kenosha shooter, Kyle Rittenhouse, communicating and organizing with cops to kettle protesters. Cops are like, yeah, I want you all over here so we can get the protesters, corner them over there, and then we'll get them. And then, oops, right, the guy just ends up shooting a bunch of people. Not good PR for the police there. But, right, these are the kinds of things that the cops are doing and that the Proud Boys are doing. And again, it's great that one of them got arrested. That's cool. But what the fuck? Why did it take so long? Really makes you think. If someone's got open charges against them for so long and they haven't been arrested yet, it's weird, right? It's weird. It's almost like, and I'm not trying to sound conspiratorial, but it's almost like they're working together. It's almost like they're on the same team. It's almost like that and that and that. Okay, so it's just, I don't know. It's weird. Again, I have been to some of these protests, right? I used to go to a lot of protests in 2018 and 19, and I have seen this guy, right? This guy, I have literally, this guy LARPs, right? He's got the armor thing on, if you look at this fucking photo. He's got, the armor thing on. He always LARPs as, a fucking idiot, right? I have seen this motherfucker in the flesh. He's very annoying, very cringy, screams a lot, and no one likes him, okay? Right? It's just, and apparently even Proud Boys don't like him, because they're just like, oh, he got arrested, he's not a member anymore, banned, right? So, imagine that, you join this stupid criminal gang, right? And then all of a sudden, push comes to shove, you get arrested, and they're like, oh shit, I don't even know who that guy is. What? Alan who? Alan Wrench? What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I'm a proud boy. I'm fixing my sink or something with a wrench. I'm Alan. What? I'm sorry. It's embarrassing. This whole gang is embarrassing, right? Their whole fucking thing is embarrassing, and they really need to get therapy. And I say this in a sincere fashion. The Proud Boys need therapy. They absolutely need therapy. These are people that they're just unstable. They're just weird. They're strange, right? Like, they're really, 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 really bizarre. Aitor Vicente says, you've got a group that wants to change the status quo and a group which wants to beat up the former. The cops will always go with the second group. Exactly. Exactly. Spats Cannon says, authoritarians now how, I'm assuming know is the word you mean to say, know how to identify other authoritarians. That is absolutely correct. But yeah, the Proud Boys are just really cringe guys. And again, this whole thing of Andy Ngo saying, oh, he's not a problem. I contacted the organization. Like, the fucking weird double speak there. It's like, yeah, I reached out for comment from the organization, and they say they've never heard of him before. Isn't that really it? Imagine being dumb enough to fall for Andy Ngo. It's like, it's like, okay, Andy Ngo contacted them. I guess what Andy Ngo's a journalist, right? He contacted the Proud Boys. They say they've never heard of him, so I guess that's that. Andy Ngo has the contacts. Not going to question why Andy Ngo is able to contact Proud Boys within seconds upon this news breaking, right? That's weird. It's almost like he has them on speed dial or something, right? That's not anything that I'm going to look into. But yeah, he contacted them. Everything's on the up and up. The Proud Boys were just at a picnic the other day. They were just celebrating, the coronavirus hoax. They went out, ate some sandwiches in the park. That's it. We're all good. We're fine. So stupid. So stupid. Cleaning my glasses a little bit because I smudged him. Because I'm a fucking dullard, dude. I keep smudging my fucking glasses. Cops must protect the dominating class. There is no fixing to this. I agree with that. Boom. WT serves. Biden is crap to me, but Dems could move the needle with some Willie Horton-style ads of Trump. The Proud Boys, David Higgs, so many of these guys are on tape. Just needs a media campaign collage. Agreed. And that's why Vic Berger's post was so good. Hello, Skeptical Mantis. Fuck the cops. Agreed. We're on the same page here. I've got one final little segment I'm going to do, and it's about the cops. It's about how bad they are, so prepare for that. Proud Boy Picnic is a funny thought. Yeah, dude, they're just celebrating good times, right? They're celebrating the end of summer. They're playing catch in the field with their daddies, right? Like, they're Proud Boys, right? Like, so, that's what they do. Duh. They're not proud men. They're Proud Boys, right? Going out, smelling the flowers, right? Playing baseball with their daddy. That's what they're doing. But yeah, again, I just want to say, God damn it, episode 12, which is a podcast I do with a buddy, Chukamatikamum, will be up at around 11:30. Now, I've got the window open. I uploaded this video a couple hours ago, and it's still processing. So if the show isn't ready at 11:30, it might be 11:45, or I might just drop it whenever. It'll be out at 11:30. At the earliest, and if it doesn't finish processing, it'll drop when it finishes processing. But yeah, God damn it, is returning. It is back, and that's fun. Also, tomorrow, assuming my days of the week are correct, tomorrow is Friday, and I will be doing Into the Abyss with another co-host, Leslie, and we will have a guest on. A comedian from Vietnam, I believe, is who we have lined up. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm the producer for that show, and I haven't actually gotten the show notes ready. I was planning on doing that later today, but I think we have a guest on, and I'm going to try to fiddle around with the live caller system for that as well. So that should be interesting. That'll be tomorrow at around 8 p.m., I think, or 9 p.m. I forget. It'll be tomorrow night, okay? I'm sorry. I'm a really bad person. Mr. Autumn Winters, a bunch of wife-beating alcoholic hipsters. That is absolutely correct. I've been eating a lot of really bad food lately over the past like week or so. A lot of carbohydrates. And I had pasta last night, which is, again, carbohydrate heavy. I have a specific pasta blend that I like. And there's other kinds of like pasta imitations, but they're more expensive. But I had some like run-of-the-mill pasta last night because I was just like really high. Or I actually wasn't high, I was just drunk, which is fine. And so I'm starting to run out of my energy right now, and I'm starting to get that like weird feeling of like the coffee like stimulating me, but then like my body's like, yo, bitch, you're out of carbs. You've been fueling yourself with carbs for the past week. Where's the carbs? So I'm starting to get a little hungry. So, I'm sorry. I just had to blog. Because honestly, this is what this podcast is for. These intermissions where I do like these important news story things. And then interspliced is me talking about my diet and how bad it is right now. But I'm planning on getting that in check later because I have leftover pasta and I can't just ignore the I have to eat the leftover pasta, right? So I'm going to eat the leftover pasta probably as soon as this show is done. As soon as I get the edits done, at least. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. Hopefully y'all are appreciating the blog. But again, I've got one last thing I want to talk about. I'm so sorry for that. This is unprofessional. Yeah, speaking of like audio wise, by the way, I am going to get this in an audio format. That is something that's going to happen. I'm going to try to get this on podcast hosts like iTunes and all that crap. I don't know, like if y'all want to just like DM me or email me specific like hosts or websites or whatever that you want me to upload my audio files to, just do that. And that's something I'm planning on doing by the I'm so sorry, dude. I'm so sorry. This is awful. Please turn this off. That's something I'm planning on doing by next week. And also I want to say that Above It All is going to be taking place on the weekends. This is going to be a daily show unless I just don't feel like doing it and skip a day, and I'll let you know when that happens. But this isn't a Monday through Friday show. This is a 7 days a week show because I have nothing to do and I like talking, and YouTube is a hobby of mine, and it's also monetarily very, very, very nice. You know, I'm just saying. I haven't really made that much money off of YouTube over the last 10 years, but I smudged my glasses again. Oh my god. But I'm starting to make some money now. So right, I'm going in there. I know this is like really awkward, and I know everyone right now is like, just get the show on already, you fucking bitch. This is embarrassing to listen to watch. I'm getting secondhand cringe. I'm cringing. I know that's what people are thinking. They might not be saying that in the chat room because they care about my feelings, but that's what they're thinking. But yes, so the police in, I believe, Portland are at it again. This is at least in Oregon from the context, but here's a bunch of cops just screaming and yelling at people like they're playing like Call of Duty 4 on Xbox or something, and they're like 12 years old and they're calling people names on a microphone because they like got the care package or whatever the fuck, right? These are actual police, right? State employees, state sanctioned troopers, right? They're occupying our cities, right? Ostensibly, they tell us they're here to protect and to serve, right? But let's see how that actually goes.
Instructions to the north, to the west.
Now, for some context, apparently, Oregon is in a state of emergency or something, which grants police basically some extra powers that they can do. Now, again, they can just do these extra things anytime they want, but it kind of just lets them do it more. It kind of says, like, all right, we can level up a little bit. We can go to a new playing field. So, like, when they do egregious illegal things, it's now going to be more egregious and more illegal because they have to, like, ramp up all their fucking cringe.
Back the fuck up! What's anything you don't understand? Hey! What's up your ass? Are you fucking kidding me? Chick, you tell that piece of shit! Hey, get out of here! Watch it! Go!
Get out of here, young man!
Move back all the way!
I was fourth on my high school baseball team, my high school football team. I was the star, whatever the fuck. I don't know anything about football. Wide receiver. Is that a good role? I don't know. And I'll tell you what, I know just about you kids these days. You got no participation trophies. You don't know anything. So I'm gonna push you around because I'm a big man. Look at this fucking idiot loser. Like, look at these idiot losers, dude. Like, you see them, right? Like, there's two lines of people staring down. And then the cop just decides, I'm triggered. I'm gonna push you. It's like, dude, what?
Get her. Keep going. Keep going. Good.
So I don't really know what happened to this person. I think they may have been pushed down. I'm not sure. But as you can see, again, the cops are like, all right, get the hell out of here. They're walking him back. And then, I don't know, like, maybe their PP starts filling up with something and they get a little hard and they're like, oh shit, wait a second. We're like walking right now. What if we started jogging? Guys, you want to jog? You want to go? You want to run? Guys, you want to run? Let's get them. Like that's what their mentality is. They're freaks of nature, these police. They are freaks of fucking nature. Like, it's just bizarre. Like, they're just pushing people onto the ground. They're running into them. It's just weird, dude. It's strange. And look at this. Like, the guy's literally trying to, like, crawl away. And the cop's like, I know I told you to disperse. But one of the biggest ways to disperse, the best, most efficient way to disperse, is to have me grab onto your collar and then beat the shit out of you. I know I told you to get the hell out of here, but I know. You can't get out yet because I gotta get my pee-pee hard. I'm only at 5 inches right now. I need to get my 6th inch, man. Let me get you. It's just embarrassing. Like, dude, what are these people doing? Like, what? Like, seriously? Like, it's bizarre. It's so bizarre. And again, what's happening right now? Are they going to get in trouble? Are they going to, like, have any, like, abusive force complaints filed against them that actually, like, end with anything? No. They're just going to get away with it, because this is every single cop. I know that there's a lot of dumb motherfuckers out there, and I do want to emphasize dumb motherfuckers on this, and I'm being very serious, unironic, and legitimate, who think that there are good cops. There are no good cops, alright? You are an idiot. You have watched too much Law and Order. You've watched too many, like, Criminal fucking Minds episodes or whatever the fuck. You have watched too many cartoons, and you think the cops are here to protect and to serve. They're not here to protect and to serve. Cops started off as slave patrols, motherfucker. Yeah, that's right. 100 years ago, police were fucking chasing, or like 150 years ago, police were chasing down slaves. And then when the slaves were freed, they were like, oh shit, what do we do now? We have this infrastructure. We have all this stuff. We have all this big payroll. We're tied together with the government. We're getting paid by the government. Now the slaves are gone. Well, guess what? What do you think they went to go do? They went to go harass everybody. Like, that's their fucking thing. That's their shtick. Alright? And maybe if you live in a different country, I can only really talk about America here. Maybe if you live in a different country, there is such a thing as a good cop. Now, are they the norm? No. Are they like a standard, like kind of normal behavior for police? No. But there may theoretically, hypothetically, be a good cop in something like Denmark. I don't know. I don't know much about Denmark's police. There might be a decent cop in Denmark, right? But in the United States of America, my great brother's cousin's best friend's daughter was a cop, and that means I think that cops are good people. It's just a few bad apples. No, motherfucker. No, motherfucker, there is no such thing as a good cop. Because what is a good cop in comparison to this? The good cop is the one who files a fake fucking police report. Oh, maybe they leave out a few details. Maybe they don't even realize what they're doing, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just writing it out and I totally forgot to post when Sergeant Jeffrey fucking whatever was fucking pushing the fucking people to the ground, punching them in the face. I was just saying there was an altercation. Yeah, I learned this in school. I just gotta write succinctly. I don't want to, people are gonna read this report. I don't want to waste their time with all these extra sentences. Yeah, there was an altercation and things were fine. Like, what? There is no good cop, motherfucker. You're an idiot, okay? You're a dumbass if you think there's a good cop. And again, if you want to show or find me a good cop, I would like to see part 2 of that story. There's a lot of these instances of cops going like, wait a second, I'm a good cop, and then they get fired for like tweeting out something. Like, oh, so there's an instance of a Facebook post a cop made that said just, yeah, Black Lives Matter. My niece is at these Black Lives Matter protests and I support her, right? And then she got fired. Right? Good cop, right? She's a good cop, though. No, she probably wasn't a good cop. She was probably just a little bit better than the other ones. And the other ones were like, wait a second, do we got a free thinker on our hands? Is that a free thinker? Is that someone that's thinking freely for themselves? Wait a second. We gotta get rid of them. They're bad for the group. They're bad. Bad people. They ain't good boys, they're bad boys. Like, it's bizarre to me. It's so strange. But again, you're going to see these dullards defend cops. And again, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, these same dullards that are backing the blue, you think they would back the blue under a Barack Obama administration? You think they're going to back the blue under a Joe Biden administration? Give me a fucking break. These people are losers. They have no political ideology. They have no convictions. They just do whatever Trump says, and they just run with it because they're fucking morons. Anyway, so that's what I have to say about cops. A good cop is a soon-to-be-fired cop. That's absolutely correct. Cops threw me down a flight of stairs and broke my ankle while arresting me when they showed up because I was being beaten by an ex. Again, yeah, that's great. I mean, I'm being a little sarcastic here. But, like, that's like, I've been in a situation, right, where I was sexually assaulted and cops became involved, and the cops said that I was a sexual deviant and I deserved it. Like, what? What? That's weird. Right, when I got swatted, right, I was telling cops, like, yeah, this is a prank, like, nothing is happening right here. And they told me to, like, get down on the ground and then walk backwards, right? They threatened to shoot and kill my mother for being disabled and not being able to get onto the ground within 3 seconds, right? They're garbage. I've dealt with cops in Maryland. I've dealt with cops in New Jersey. I've dealt with cops in North Carolina. They are all systematically trash. They're bad news. The supposed good cops aren't relevant. Bad cops don't get any consequences for their actions, so good cops should be in favor of police reforms anyway. Exactly. Yup, cop stenographers, MSM, don't want to do anything but stenography. Indeed, the too many sentences trope meme. Exactly. The well-regulated militia clause in the Second Amendment is referring to slave patrols, and it's about protecting them from disarmament. Exactly. Yes, before police were more institutionalized, that is exactly correct. What a disturbing but true observation. The fash cops are literally Tumesque. I don't know what that is. Tumesque, parens, get hard from dealing out violence. Exactly. Tumesque. I'm going to Google that real quick. I'm learning here. This is why I do live shows, so that I can learn. Tumesque. Expand abnormally. Expand abnormally. Dude, that is good. I love that. Expand abnormally. That is a good way to put that, I think. Los Angeles Sheriff's Department whistleblower on the executioner's cop gang now at risk of assassination by LA deputies. LA has and had at least 9 gangs in the cops. We'll put links in the comments. Send them to me on Discord or email or something. I'll maybe talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's program. I hope that everyone enjoyed. Was this a good show? Like, let me know, because, like, I'm still, like, working on this stuff. But, like, let me know. Is this good? Is this a good program? Is this good? Like, seriously? Like, do you have any, like, suggestions format-wise? Like, do we have anything that we're doing? I don't know. So, goddammit, episode 12, I know I keep saying this, but, goddammit, episode 12 is, finished processing. And so that will be up in approximately 15 minutes from this. And so it'll be up in about 15 minutes from right now, that is to say. And you can go watch that. I thought it was pretty fun. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little distracted. I'm setting up the title for this. But yeah, like, for real, thank you for watching this podcast. I know I'm a little gross. I know I'm garbage. Etc. And then also etc. But I'm trying my best. I'm really, really, really trying my best. And so I hope you believe me. Because if you don't, then that kind of sucks, you know? If you don't believe me, that kind of sucks. Okay. I think I'm gone. It's off now. It's gone. It's over.